Hi everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Today we've got this Brother XL5012, probably 20 years old. Customer's just pulled it out from a cupboard, not been used for ages, and thought she'd get it serviced before she does her sewing on it. So let's take that off. Just a service. Spoke to her yesterday. She's got a broken table here. The old one's broken, so I'm going to try and find her one of those online if I can. Let's just give it a quick run, turn it on, nothing. Oh, oops, we'll plug it in. Okay, it's running, that's good. Let's put it onto a zigzag, wide and long zigzag, which is number 6. Not zigzagging, needle's bent, I can see. Very tight. So it doesn't look like anything's working there at all. Yeah, the selector's not working for the patterns. So, but that'll be down to dryness. Let's remove these screws, we don't need those. Okay, let's strip it down and make a start. Haven't seen one of these for a little while. I'm sure I've seen one before. Let's take the needle out because that's very bent. You can see that, it's very bent. Put that in there. Let's remove the needle plates, we can blow the fluff out. Check the plates for damage. I'll try and show you all I can to strip this down and oil it. You obviously found this video because you've got one or a similar one. You can see there it's just totally full up with fluff. If I just get a needle, look at that, look, just covered. And what that will do, it'll stop the fabric moving. Get all that fluff out. Normally blow it out with my blowgun. Compress down. Just got rid of that. Take the hook out and the hook cover. Always check the hook for damage, which there isn't any, which is good. Just take the end off. Just one screw on the end. I'll take this side panel off. Oops. Put that in there so it stays together. Obviously the light's not working, so we put a new bulb in there for the lady. Lots of fluff. Get all that out. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to put on stretch stitch number 6. These should just pull off, which they do. And then I'm going to find all the screws that's holding the casing on. I see there's one down here at the front. Should take that out. And then spin it round and find there's some more on the back. These are probably screws that go into the front casing. I hold the 2 casings together. There's 2 there. Find there's any others. Nothing there, nothing on top. There's probably another screw. Yeah, there's another screw just here. At the back, brass coloured one. Again, that would be a self tapper to go into the casing. Don't undo that one there, that's not one. There's a screw just here, which you just have to loosen, don't need to take it out. And then we might find some underneath. A few screws here. Use the electric screwdriver on these, get them out quicker. 2, 3, one more, 4. So we should be able to now take the casing apart. Sometimes easier said than done, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, that goes around there. Nothing there. And find you have to take one of the sides of the casing apart, which is the front side. Hopefully that's nothing at the top. It does feel quite tight there, like there is a screw holding it in. Maybe not. So if we can take this front panel off. So I'm stuck this end. Just me being silly. Missed. That's it. So we just lift that up to get it over this, from this slot here over this dial, tension dial. Pop that out of the way, and then the bottom one probably have to undo a few screws to get the casing off. Yeah, so there's one down here. Just another self tapper. Goes into the plastic casing. And you'll find there's probably another one there. Hopefully you can see. That's there. And then there's another one just at the back behind the needle bar. Let's pull that out. It's good to have a magnetised screwdriver for that, because they're quite deep down in the back of the machine, and that should allow me to take the back casing off, hopefully. Unless there's another one I haven't found. Can't see one. Oh, that could be one there. No. It should just come apart now. Don't know why it isn't. Lay it down. I'm just trying to find if there's any other screws I've missed. No. Ah, yes, found it. Just here. If you can see that there. Oh, just have a look at the video. Yeah, it's just here, just in this corner. Another self tapper. They're all the same length, so you don't need to remember which screw goes where. And that should come off of there. I feel like there might be one there. I think there might be one there as well, you know. Just sure. No, that just holds the handle on, so we don't need to take that off. Matter of working this off. This is often gets caught around this part where the plug plugs in. So you have to prise it over that and over the switch. So just be a bit firm with it. That's it. It's feeling good. That's nice and gentle. Take it away, you don't need to force anything. And that's got the back cover off. So the screw positions for the back cover is one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 altogether. 5 altogether. Hopefully popping it back together again is a bit easier. Just going to blow this off. That's good, so we can plug the electrics back in now so we can run the machine. Turn it on. And that is running everything it should be. So now we've got to get some oil into it. We'll start at the top. The bobbin winder. That disengages the bobbin winder when you push it across. It disengages the main shaft. Push that across and it all clunks back together again. So I'm just going to oil the main shaft to allow that mechanism to pop back just in here. You see it's turning the bobbin winder, push that and then that snaps into place, so that has to be nice and free. So get some on the main shaft where it goes through the bearing. Another one now, just noticed you've got a load of thread here. If you can see that on the video, just point to it for you. Some blue thread wrapped around the mechanism. So to take that off, use a long screwdriver. There's a screw in the side here. Just see if you're getting this. Okay, so there's a black screw just here. Now that's a left-hand thread on this one, so you have to tighten it up to undo it. Turn it the opposite way that you would normally for a screw. And then we can part those two bits there. Grab the thread. And there you go. So there's all that lot there wrapped around, making it stiff. It's right as stiff. Throw that in the bin. And then I'm going to put a drop of oil before I reassemble this. That back on to there. Get the black screw, screw it back up. Don't forget you've got to turn it anti-clockwise to do it up. If this thread was the other way, it'd loosen when the machine runs. That's why they have it that way. Not too tight. And that will make it nice and loose. Some more white thread here I've just noticed, which is caught. Just get a knife and cut that off. All these little things all add up to a machine. If we deal with all of these, the customer gets it back working like new. Everyone's happy. It's all good. Another bit there. Try not to cut myself. Lovely. So coming back on with the oil. So we're going to put some on the main bearing there, another bit there, some on these joints here, at the back. Actually runs very smoothly, it's nice machine. I like these older brothers. The stretch stitch mechanism is working. Lovely. Some on the main shaft, main needle bar. To try and make sure this is springing back. The stretch stitch mechanism doesn't seem to be turning it a lot. Well, I suppose it is. Yeah, it's free enough. That's all good. Just going to make sure I work some oil into everything. Not too much, just in the right places. It is very dry. That's what happens when it sits in the cupboard. The light's trying to work now. The lamp is just connecting up a bit, but we will put a new one in because that's obviously on its way out. All this moving. It's all running. I think the bit that was making it stiff was that thread wrapped around that joint there. Certainly loosened up a bit since I've taken that out. Okay, so now what we're going to do now, I'm just going to change this. Operate the pattern selector, which is sticking, it's not moving correctly. As you turn the dial here, it moves this back and forward across the cams. I'm just going to work some oil into that. Lovely. So there's no point turning that if this gets stuck. That has to move nice and free, which it is now. That's good. Also, I'm going to adjust stitch length while I'm here. That's going to go on like that. Check everything's working right, which it is. Make sure I don't miss any oiling points. The best way to find oiling points is just to turn everything and watch it turn, watch where it's rubbing against other parts, metal to metal. Just here, look, you can see it moving. It's there and there, not too much. Don't over oil the machine, it'll ruin your sewing. That's good. Just get the fluff out the back of that. That's good, and that is pretty much it oiled. Good. I'll take these dials off. I'm just going to check the timing before I put it back together. Because that needs adjusting. I don't think it does because it's all on rods, which don't really go out of time. Put the needle back, select pattern 6, which is your wide zigzag. Pop that in there. Put the hook in. I'm just going to watch the needle now where it passes the hook as it sews. That's fine on the right, so it'll be fine on the left on this one. That's good. Yep, the timing's good. Sounds very nice. Very smooth. Everything's working as it should. Just going to blow the tensions out now. There's some thread in the tensions, I think I can see. That will cause all sorts of problems. Needle in there, make sure every bit of fluff is out of the tension discs. Only takes one tiny bit to hold the tension open. That will cause big loops underneath the sewing. Good. Bit of clean. Okay, so we're going to get our, put it back in reverse. We're going to put the back on first. You're just reversing, you need to unplug the lead to do it. Slip that over. Like so. Just need to wiggle it around so everything goes into place. That's a bit of a knack. Don't force anything, just work it over the switches again, just like that. So that all goes nicely into place. That's all there, that's in. It's all nicely sitting there, and then what we do now is put the screws back in that we took out. I'll put one in the bottom just to hold the centre middle one. Don't over tighten these because they will break the plastic. And there's another one that's there. Don't forget there was 5 under here. We've got another one bottom right corner. Just there. It's a matter of just doing it methodically, making sure it all lines up. Just got to push it down a fraction. Just going to loosen that first screw off, and that screw off there. Get it lined up. It's not quite right. There you go, that's lining up now. No, probably best to do that actually. Just get the screws started, don't tighten them all until you've got all 5 in. I know I've only got 3 in, but I'm going to tighten them up because I'm happy it's in place. There's them 3. And then there's another one just behind the needle bar. Just in, you need to turn so it's, you can see the hole. Just in here. Oops. It's fiddly because you've got to get it past things. Just needs a steady hand and a bit of patience. Slides into place. Get it started and we can get all that out of the way. That's it. Create yourself a little window to get your screwdriver into. Push that into there. And then there's one more, just the left hand side of the hook. Down there. And that's got the bottom casing back on. Now we can put the front casing on. Quick blow to get the fluff out. And again, reverse, you've got to put this slot over this dial, first thing to do. so. Make sure everything else is lining up. Easier sometimes to put it on its back. Everything just comes together normally on these. Make sure it's all lining up. That's good. And then it's the final bit, which is always the fun bit, which is just lining everything up, and then just push the two casings together. And then we put the screws back. We've got this little one here we took out the front. Just married it up to there. We've got another one in the end, which the screw was left in the machine. It's just got to be tightened. Those two are joined, that's all good. And then we've got two in the back. Which actually join the top of the casings together. That's good. Next thing to do is just plug it in and get a new lamp for it. Some lamps. There's one there. There you go, nice new lamp in it. So you can see what you're doing. Check the plate for damage. There isn't any. Looks good. Screw that back up. Yeah, hopefully you picked up on what I was doing there and getting it all back together again. I do sort of whiz through them. I've done so many. I just know where to look. But you can keep rewinding it if you've missed a screw or you're not sure. Just when you're stripping machines, just take your time. Don't force anything. There's nothing needs to be forced on this machine. Some machines you do, you have to get a tool into the right place to break the two sides apart, but not this one. And this one here goes back on there. This actually holds the two bottom parts together. Going to get the 4 screws, and I'm actually going to do these with my electric screwdriver. It's easier. Just get them started first so we know they're in the right place. One more. Do them up tight. Thing to do is install the hook and the hook cover. Make sure there's no fluff on it, nice and clean. Put a drop of oil just on the race where the hook sits. Keeps it lubricated and quiet. Just drop the hook in there. I'll just use the tissue to remove some of the excess oil from the centre of the hook driver. We don't want that on the fabric. Lovely. We push these back on. It'll only go one way round. Just got to find where it sits. That's probably number 6 at the top. That's good. Put the side cover back on. Just give that a clean, actually, just grubby inside. Put that back into position. Long screw in the side. Excuse the noise of the compressor. Right, next job is to, I'll wait for the compressor to stop. Next job is to wind a bobbin. Right off of there. Not much on that. On this machine it just goes around, straighten that up, it's quite loose. Round that, back round the bobbin. Push that across. Get nice and tight to start. Just threading very evenly. And then just check the bobbin case out. Looks very clean. I always put a needle underneath this tension spring, searching for any debris, cotton, fluff. Nothing in there. Drop the bobbin in under the spring, check it falls. If I shake it, which it does, that's the right tension. Foot back on. Okay, we're ready to go now. We'll just thread the needle up, so make sure this presser foot is up with all machines. Allows for tension to be opened up here. Can't actually see it, but when I lift the foot up it opens up the gap in the tension, so lift that up, then you can put the thread across the tension unit, which is here, back up, around the take up lever, you can just about see on this machine, through that guide. There's no needle threader on this machine, so I have to use my eyes, which is that one there. So that's done, so then you can lift the foot back up again, down and up once, pulled underneath thread, and we're ready to sew. Just grab some fabric. Okay, so first we'll do a straight stitch, which is number 2, fairly long. Tension set on 5. It's going backwards for some reason. Why is it going backwards? Should have checked that before. That's not working properly. some reason the teeth aren't moving properly. Stuck in reverse. I think I've missed something when it was apart. Fucking popping. Okay. What I'm going to have to do now is strip it down. I didn't notice that. Okay, I've got it back apart again. I've found out what was wrong. The bobbin, not the bobbin, the buttonhole adjusting arm was bent somehow. It got bent. But what that had done, it had stuck it into buttonhole mode, which is why the fabric wasn't moving. So I've loosened that off now, and I think I've got it right. So put it back onto straight stitch, and now we can see the fabric's moving and reversing as it should. And when I put it onto stretch stitch, actually doing a stretch stitch. So that was the problem with that one. But I had to take it all apart. Luckily I didn't have to take the back casing off. So what we can do now is pop it back together again and then get back to sewing with it. Just put the screws back. In fact, you've seen this bit, so I'll get back to you when I've done it. Okay, it's all back together again now, all threaded up, and we're ready to go. So I've set it on straight stitch. Hopefully this time the fabric will go forwards. That's bad. Reverse is working. Stitch is good. Runs quite fast, this machine. There's not a lot of control on it, but that's probably the age of the foot control. I'm going to put it onto a zigzag now. Run that up and down a couple of times. Check the front, at the back, it's all good. That's lovely. Right, we'll give it something else to do. What have we got here? We've got a number 7. Blind hen stitch. Doing that nicely. Not missing a beat, it's lovely. Nice machine. It's a bit fast, there's not a lot I can do to slow that down. Check the straight stitch, stretch stitch works. That's all good. The buttonhole works, which it does. Yeah, so that's really nice. That's sewing beautifully. All the stitches doing what they should be doing. Doing a buttonhole. It's not the best buttonhole in the world, but I haven't got the buttonhole foot on there. Take that off. That is a really nice stitch. What we'll do now, we'll clean it up put a sticker on there. Check the fuse. I'll check the fuse now. Hope you've enjoyed this video. It went a bit pear-shaped because I didn't check the stitch length before I put the casing back on. I should have done, but that's my fault. But it was a error. It's an unusual error. It's had a bent buttonhole arm. I've straightened that out now and it's all good. It's got the right fuse in, 3 amp fuse. I'm going to give it a clean up, put one of our stickers on it. I'll let the customer know it's finished, but I do need to see if I can find her a accessory. I'll show you what's broken on this. There's the accessory box which goes on to make it a flatbed, but there's a lug there that's missing. That should stick out and go into a slot here. It isn't, so that's why these tape marks are on there, because she's taped it on. But I don't know if I'll find one for a machine this age, but if I can I will. If I can't, she'll have to stick it on with the tape like she's been doing. She'll work, it's just not a very practical way of doing it. She can't get to the bobbin case easily. Okay, well thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's been educational. Please hit like if you liked it. If you've got any comments, let me know. My email address is there for you to see if you want to get in touch. I shall see you on the next one, and happy sewing.